Hey guys, I'm Ajay. Welcome to Sunshine Haze. Um, Surprisingly, today this is not going to be a moon video, but before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you to all of my subscribers, all of my new subscribers. Hello, hey, what's up? Um, Definitely thank you to all of my tarot clients, all of the new clients that I've gotten from just starting this channel, and then to everyone that's purchased any of my services from my Etsy store. I haven't made a lot of sales on the store, but a lot of the services that I do offer, you guys have been, well, maybe people already know, but thank you to everyone that's been supporting my business and helping me grow my business. Today's video, I am going to talk to you guys about, like I said, not the moon, but I will have that new moon in Pisces video coming up soon. I'm gonna talk to you guys about the retrogrades that we have going on. So I think I mentioned in a couple of my earlier videos that from the beginning of the year to around March would be a good time to make moves, especially if we were talking about traveling or moving or whatever. And I was saying that because all of the planets were direct. We are now in the time where we have one that has decided to go retrograde, and that is Jupiter. We also have Mercury retrograde coming up, but this video is going to be about the Jupiter retrograde. And the Jupiter retrograde started on the 8th. Was it the 8th? No, I'm sorry, on the 3rd. I don't know why I thought the 8th. Anyways, so Jupiter went into retrograde on the 3rd, and that would be in 23 degrees of Scorpio, and that is going to last for about 4 months. We get Jupiter retrograde once a year, so there is about a third of the year where we are actually in retrograde, with Jupiter being the planet, and so that's about 120 days, and it is in the sign of Scorpio. So Jupiter, I do have another video. I have a series for the Grand Water Trine that we entered the year with, and Jupiter is in Scorpio. So I have a video on Jupiter if you want a little bit more information outside of this video on the planet and what that planet being in the sign of Scorpio means for this year. Go on and check that out. I do have it linked down below in the description box. But just to give you guys a little brief, Jupiter is a planet associated with expansion and growth and happiness and our success and our wisdom, and it's also the planet associated with luck. And on the other hand, it is the planet associated with exposure. I call it the truth planet. So when Jupiter comes into play, we're looking at the way things really are, and we're also looking at aspects of our lives that revolve around, how we're moving about, how we're growing, how we are expanding, things that are working out for us, and how we're taking those steps to get to those points, right? Now, when Jupiter is direct, all of our plans seem to be going smoothly. We're coming into new opportunities. We tend to have a little bit of luck. Things tend to be, pretty chill, copacetic. When Jupiter is in retrograde, and usually what we hear about being in retrograde is Mercury, and Jupiter retrograde is definitely not as chaotic as Mercury retrograde, and I have a video up on that as well, and you guys can, again, just check out the link in the description box because I have it down there for you. Jupiter is not as chaotic. It can cause a little bit of an upset, but it's not as crazy as Mercury retrograde, I promise you. When Jupiter goes into retrograde, what happens is, when a planet goes into retrograde, it appears as if it's spinning backwards. So when Jupiter goes into retrograde, what happens is things revolving around those characteristics associated with Jupiter, so like our expansion, our growth, success, the truth, it all starts to slow down, almost coming to a standstill. And that is because the retrograde is actually slowing those things down to help us hone in, to help us focus on the steps that we're taking and what we truly need to be working on, what we truly need in our lives. So the only chaotic element of Jupiter retrograde is that you may come into these tests or these challenges where you're being prompted to figure out if you're actually ready for the next step that's coming for you. I'll give you guys an example. So we had full moon in Virgo, and that full moon is helping us release, but then also kind of shining a light on, illuminating the steps, because Virgo is very analytical, the steps that we need to take to create success in our lives. Now, with Jupiter going into retrograde, the Virgo moon kind of helped show us what we needed to do. Jupiter going into retrograde kind of showed us, okay, now you know what you need to do, but are you ready to do that? So me, I got hit with these retrogrades. Like, I had been really starting my business up, and I was getting clients and customers and stuff, and then the Virgo moon came, and I really started looking at, okay, how am I really going about doing this? I feel like I could be doing something different to gain a little bit more business, more revenue. And I'm like, okay, I get all these plans in place, and then Jupiter goes retrograde, and it's just like everything kind of halted. And you know, on a personal level in my own life, you know, being a little tested, things slowing down, being halted, being blocked, Jupiter retrograde can kind of come through as that a little bit, kind of like a blockage, but it's really just a way to help you prepare to do the things that you need to do. So in addition to that, Jupiter is in Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign, and Scorpio is a very philosophical sign, and it's also a very spiritual sign. So there is a spiritual emphasis and a philosophical emphasis on this retrograde. You're going to be slowing down also to kind of take a look at, you know, your spiritual perspective, your higher self, what's going on there, what do you need to work on, what needs to be healed. It's going to be a lot of introspection during this time, and we have this for 4 months, so don't expect things to be coming out. Well, actually, the way the universe is set up, you could have epiphanies, but this could be a very slow, you know, gradual process to where you come to these realizations and tend to then end up looking back like, oh, okay, I see what I changed. I see what is going on here, right? Really what's going to be going on, we're just going to be shedding a light on what habits that could be considered a hindrance. And then also these few months will give us a time to correct not necessarily what we're doing wrong. So maybe not, let me say correct. These few months will give us a time to incorporate the way that we actually want to do things to get to the goals that we truly want to reach. So, you know, the full moon really showed us what it is that we want and what we need to do. And then Jupiter being in retrograde is going to prepare us for those things that we need to do. So don't be afraid of the Jupiter retrograde. You know, if anything, you know, people say don't be afraid of Mercury retrograde, but I can't stand Mercury retrograde. Oh my gosh, it's already, you guys, I missed the flight. That's some Mercury retrograde shit, and I do time. Watch the other video, and I'll tell you guys all about this awesome time. But don't be afraid of the Jupiter retrograde. I would actually say try to embrace it, because this is a time where you're going to do a lot of learning. You're going to be doing a lot of reflecting on yourself and the things that you need, I guess. Well, not I guess, that's what's going to be happening, and that's what is happening now, honestly, anyway. And you know, we need this break. We had, you know, we came into the year with the moon in its sign of Cancer, my sign, shout out to Team Cancer, and then we had like a bunch of super moons, then we had an eclipse, we had 2 eclipses, and what else? Blood moon. No, that's the eclipse moon. So like we have not had a break, and it's also an 11 year. And you know, even though the universal year energy is supposed to be very subtle, with it being 11, it kind of can't be subtle. It's all about healing and illumination this year. And so Jupiter being in retrograde is going to help us kind of heal ourselves to go on and move forward and do what we need to do. So like I said, don't be afraid, kind of embrace it, you guys. Kind of a little bit of a pause in time for preparation. I really do hope this gives you a little bit of a chance to prepare, even though we're already in it. Gives you a little bit of a insight on how to move through these next few months. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys again for booking readings. Thank you for buying pendants. Thank you for, you know, buying your natal charts and all that good stuff. If you are interested, go on and visit my Etsy shop. I do have the link down in the description box. And I also now have an, what's it called? An Instantgo. account. So there's another way for you guys to get a reading with me. If you want like a quick reading, just go on and I have that down in the description box as well. If you like the video, please go on and hit the like button. Drop a comment or a question below if you have one. I do check the channel every day. I will respond to you. Share the video if you feel moved to do so. I was checking out my metrics the other day, and you guys actually really do be sharing these videos, which is still crazy to me, but thank you. I appreciate it. That's how it gets out there. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already done so you can keep up with what's going on in my channel, especially if you like those tarot readings. I will, like I said, have the new moon in Pisces astrology video coming up, which means I will have those new moon in Pisces tarot forecasts coming out. So happy birthday, Pisces. We are moving into your lunar season, but Aries is coming up, so happy birthday, happy early birthday, Aries. Thank you guys again for watching. I will see you next time.